Not all recipes in Stardew Valley are created equally. Here are a few community favorites, but what do these favorites say about you? Salad. This isn't your favorite because you make it, it's your favorite because you can buy 90 of them for the price of upgrading your house once. Awesome for early game energy, and of course, you love Leah, even though Emily taught you this recipe. Pepper poppers. It's got cheese, it's got peppers. It makes you go fast. This is probably the easiest recipe in it with a speed buff, but that doesn't make it the best recipe in the game with a speed buff. It's hard to argue with how easy this is to make though. Kind of like how it's so easy to make friends with Shane that this is probably the first recipe that you got in the mail. Crab cakes. Another option for increasing your speed, though this one is more practical for adventuring. If you actually make these frequently, then you can stop lying now. No, you don't. But you might have bought a couple hundred of them from Gus after viewing Willie's 6-heart scene. Alternatively, you can farm these from crabs in the Skull Cavern, but it's more likely that you just kind of get excited when you find them, rather than you actually go crab cake hunting. You don't actually love Elliot, even though these are one of his favorite foods. It's tough to share, I get it. Spicy eel. With a +1 luck and a +1 speed, these are just such a natural choice for dungeon diving, and honestly for anything since the speed stacks with coffee, and the luck buff helps with so much. Is spicy eel the best food in the game? Possibly. Is it my favorite food in the game? Definitely. Eels are not terribly hard to catch, and I can have so many peppers by the end of summer that George's knees won't know what hit them. Which is good because we need to get 7 hearts with the sourpuss to get this recipe. It's worth it though, trust me. Bread. I mean, in real life, I feel you. Bread is love. Bread is life. It's not a very exciting pick in the game though, unless you're finding it in the trash. There is little better than trash bread in the early game, except for cookie. You know what's weird? The title of this recipe is cookie, but the picture shows 3 cookies. Strange. You know what else is weird? If you play as a male farmer, your mom sends you cookies, but if you play as a female farmer, your dad sends you cash. Quit holding out on me, Mom. Anyway, if you like cookies in the game, then, I mean, you probably don't. It's just exciting to find them in the trash. Lucky Lunch. I hate Lucky Lunch because I missed this recipe on Spring 28 of Year 2 and I was playing on 1.3, which means Queen of Sauce did not select a random recipe I didn't know and teach it to me. I didn't get this recipe until Spring 28 of Year 4, and that made me very sad. And that's actually all I have to say about that one. Trout soup. Just like salad, you don't make this. You just buy it in the early game for that +1 to fishing buff. Might not sound like much, but it can really swing you over the edge for some early catfish, or you can use it to try to get fishing 10 a little earlier and try for a legend, but let's not talk about that. That's actually it for part 1, but there's definitely more to come. What's your favorite recipe out of these, and why is it spicy eel?